to all our listeners and our viewers all over the world. So lovely to have you tune in with us today. On today's sit down, I have with me a very special person. She is a St. Lucian, a versatile St. Lucian recording artist, and she goes by the name of Nickler Dorville. Nickler, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me, Latifa.
Lovely. I'm so happy that you could join us today. How are you feeling?
I'm doing well. We're in COVID time, so I think we're all trying to do well, right?
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's hard, but we're getting there. We are. Our listeners and our viewers, I'm sure, are really excited to find out a bit more about you. So should we start from the beginning? How did you get into music, or how did music get into you? Whichever one.
That's a good one. You know, with all creators, it's music. Music chose us, right? But, growing up with I came from a very musical background. And, it was all my mom, who is a songstress, Nickler Dorville at the time, she did her music. And I guess, growing up in that kind of environment has, definitely had an impact on, me and following that musical path, right? But it feels more like a calling more than anything else. It's like even if sometimes I get discouraged from it, it's like, no, Nickler, you got to do it. It's just this feeling, So, yeah.
Were you in like a school choir at school, or like the band?
Actually, no. That's the thing here, because I don't think anybody wanted me at that time.
Oh.
No, I'm serious. I'm not one of those who grew up in the church and singing in choirs and any of that. As a matter of fact, I remember it wasn't until when I participated in this competition called Digital Rising Star. Do you remember this?
I remember that.
Right. So there were, I remember that was when, I got to represent St. Lucia, and, going to Barbados. I feel like it definitely had an impact with me saying like, hey, you know what? This is my dream. This is what I want to do. I want to go all out there and represent my country in whatever way, however, as long as it has to do with my music. I'm good, Yeah.
Oh, cool. My gosh, you just mentioning Rising Stars is just taking me all the way back. I'm like, whoa, I haven't heard that in a long time. That's great. So tell us, so I know you've been busy and you recently released your new single, For Love. So tell us a bit about For Love. What inspired you to write it? Where you want to go with it?
When I wrote For Love, I think I was in a place that, again, with artists, it's a struggle. It's a struggle because being in a position where you feel like your work is not getting, that recognition or whatever that you want, it can be very discouraging. Mm-hmm. So again, music comes running through because I'm like, you know what? I don't want to hear about music. I just want to do whatever, something else. Yeah. But here I was just sitting down there in my little mode, and then boom, this song For Love, just these lines, they just came to me, and I just had to quickly take my little book and I wrote it, and I'm like, okay. So I go out there looking for, a beat, right? I'm looking for beats online because I like to vibe with the beats that there. And then I found a beat that I fell in love with, and I said, I really like, and my spirit, that's the thing about it, right? Being in that place, right? I felt like my spirit was really elevated at that time when I wrote that song. It was like, it doesn't matter, like, whether you feel happy, whether you feel sad, because music is a catalyst that allows you to, whether you're happy, whether you're sad. And that was how that song For Love came about. That whatever I do, and I keep reminding myself that it's not always about, chasing something, because I feel like as young people, we always want to be competitive. We always want to feel like I have to do whatever it takes for me to get out there, for me to do this, for me to be at the top. And I have to remind myself that, what am I doing this music for? Because I ask myself that all the time. And the answer was, I do it for love. And though this was really how that song came to being.
It's interesting you should say that, because there's so much pressure I think, on artists in general. No, you're no longer just the artist or just the musician. There's so much pressure in terms of like social media and who's got the most likes, who's got the most followers, who's got the most subscribers. Is definitely a bigger job. And I think sometimes the love for the craft does get lost in all of that. So I'm interested to know, do you play any instruments?
Well, I mean, I play the acoustic guitar, right? But I'm not going to say that I'm so good at it to go out there. I'm still learning my craft, you know? But I do play the acoustic instrument. And I think one day, you know, I just might blow your mind, Latifah, and come out with and just rock and roll with acoustic guitar.
We'll be waiting. I'm wishing you all the luck you need, because
please, I need it. It's kind of a challenge. Doesn't it?
You know? It's the fingers. I tried once and I gave up after my first try. I was like, oh my gosh, it hurts.
Well, you're a quitter. We don't have time for quitters.
Don't use me as an example. Before I go to our quick fire round, so for those of you who've tuned in before, you know what that is. I've got a question. So as a St. Lucian recording artist, you've obviously been doing this for quite some time, and RJL Radio is obviously quite a new radio station. What are your thoughts on just the concept of the radio station and it being like, it's quite new?
To be honest, I feel like when I heard, because this is what happened, I'll tell you my experience with learning about RJL. My mother, you know, she mentioned to me, and as well as Steve Etienne, you know, they were the ones who came and they told me about RJL and, you know, your initiative with artists here and positive music and pushing positive music and all the artists in St. Lucia who try to push that agenda. And I was really elated. I was just feeling so relieved. And the thing is, I started tuning in, because the thing is, people sometimes they come in and they start something and they say, yeah, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. But it wasn't until I decided to tune in to RJL and I heard my music playing, and it plays like every time I tune in, my music is playing. And I'm like, wow, you know? So I am really, really happy as an artist to be a part of, you know, this movement and this to bring out artists, because not only me, you know, it's not only me, it's not only those of us who are trying, but there are so many others who are going to jump on board and they're going to, you know, like feel like there is hope, that there are people who care about their craft, because I think that is very important as people in St. Lucia for us to give each other that encouragement. Don't just speak it, because action. And RJL has proven that. All right. I feel really happy. I'm getting goosebumps because, geez, this has been something we've been waiting for as artists for a very long time. No biasness, just love, just respect for the artist, respect for the craft, and just sharing it out there. Because I feel like if we work together as a collective, then we will grow together. And as a country, we will go out there. And not just bringing out, you know, like, not just bringing out, you know, we will be out there in a way that is going to bring change.
Yes.
And we have an image that speaks, not just, you know, like for itself, but it speaks to those who are listening, to those who are seeing. Wow, St. Lucia have that level artist.
Yes, we need to put ourselves on the map. No one's going to do it for us. So we've got to take it to that level. Now, I'm really excited about this. I love this. I'm going to find out so much about you. Random questions. Let's go with it. Work with me. So, okay. So this is, what is your favorite? So I've got 5 different things. What is your favorite color?
Yellow. I love yellow.
What is your favorite subject? What was your favorite subject at school?
I didn't have no subject. I didn't even like music at school, because the way that they taught music, you know, it was just like mathematics. But I think English. I like English, because as a writer, you know, you gotta love English. So English was my favorite subject.
Okay. What is your favorite place to relax?
Home. Home.
Is it quiet?
It is quiet, but I mean, it's sometimes not quiet. You know, we have kids, but home, I think there's no place like home. And when I say home, I mean like really in your bed and in your safe haven, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
You can relate.
That's the time of the day I'm most excited, is jumping into my bed.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. What is your favorite country? So the country that you visited.
I love Germany. Yes.
Somebody else said that to me this week.
Well, that's a sign. You should be. You probably should take a trip, girl.
What do you do? What do you love about it?
You know what? I love the ambience. You know, it just feels like there are a lot of bohemians out there. You know, like I refer to myself as a bohemian girl, and there's this natural vibe about Germany that I like. It's just, you know, multicultural, and I just love the vibe of that place. It feels like home because there are parts of it. No,
you're really selling it to me.
I hope when you do go there, you can give me a plane ticket because I really want to go there again. But it's such a beautiful place. I genuinely love the energy of Germany. I really do.
Okay. So the last random question is, what is your favorite flavor ice cream?
Vanilla. I love vanilla. What's your favorite ice cream? What is your favorite?
Pistachio, and only Ferrand's pistachio ice cream.
Like when I land down Lucian to the bone.
Oh my gosh. When I land in St. Lucia, the first thing I'm looking for is Ferrand's pistachio. It's really sad. Really random. Yeah, that's literally my guilty pleasure. So Nickler, tell me, who inspires you musically? Who inspired you to keep going?
I do have a few people who inspire me, but I'll start off with, my mother. Growing up, seeing my mother as an artist, her drive and her persistency, always going into the studio and, you know, just taking her craft so serious. Yeah. I think that has definitely inspired me to do the same, as well as my mentor. I also have my mentor, and he's a great musician. All right. His name is John Buckle. And let me tell you something. When I listen to this man's music, it just, wow, how can a man go so high? Like, he's literally training me how to hit those high notes, right?
Wow.
And yeah, and he has been really a source of inspiration, even when sometimes I feel like, you know, like I'm just so discouraged and demotivated. You know, he's just like, let's do it. We got this. Let's continue. Come on. And a few other artists, like Neka, she's an African singer. She is just authentic and just raw, real. As well as Taz, who is an Australian singer, very bohemian vibe. I just love artists who are just natural, like Latifah, who are just so authentic, just sing from the heart and just sing from the soul and take me as I am. You know? That's our name of her song. That's
one thing I want you to let our viewers know is, after this interview, if they want to check you out, they want to have a listen to some more of Nickler Dorville, where can they find you? What platforms are you on?
YouTube. All right. If you guys want to hear my music, Nickler Dorville, you're going to find all my music there. As well as Facebook. You can follow me on Facebook, Nickler Dorville Official. And you guys can also support my music. Like, you can buy it, you know, like off of iTunes, and, you know, support the artist. Buy my music.
Do you have an Instagram?
Yes, I do have Instagram. But I don't really use it as a place for my music, but, you know, mainly YouTube. I prefer my followers, my people to follow me off of YouTube. Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Nickler, you've been an amazing guest. And I want to thank you for the positive vibes that you've brought to our show today. And guys, head out, go and support local. We've got to build up our artists, build up our music industry as St. Lucians and lovers of St. Lucian music. So go support. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Remember to head out to rjlradio.net for more positive vibes, more positive music, and the amazing sounds of sweet St. Lucia. So until next time, guys, I'm wishing you love, peace, and lots of positivity. Bye.
Gotta figure out how to work with my emotion, trying to stay true through my passion and devotion. Yeah.